Hey ladies and gents, and welcome back. We have a little bit of a different video for you today. So we were actually doing a collaboration. So a few weeks ago, it was either on our Red Wing video or our Thorogood resole video. We were down in the comment section. We saw a comment from one of our viewers and he said, hey, there's this other channel I watch called Abom79. And the guy that has the channel, his name is Adam. He owns a machine shop. And I think it would be really cool if you resole a pair of his boots that are in desperate need of a resole. So I took him up on the offer. I contacted Adam and I said, hey man, here's what's going on. A viewer of yours and ours reached out to us and said, hey, we should resole a pair of your boots. We would love to do it. And that's what we're going to do today. Adam has sent us his pair of Thorogood boots, and we're going to give them a complete overhaul and then get those back to him. We'll tell you a little bit more about his channel later on, but for now, let's get these boots out of the box and get them resoled. So one of the things that I wanted to point out is a lot of times when you take your shoes or your boots to another cobbler, this is something else that you might want to look at before you take it to them, or when you're there, mention it to them. So you can see that this welt is actually in really good shape. It has a lot of room all the way around it. But unfortunately on this boot and the other one, you can see right here that it has been sanded either by another cobbler or at the factory where they sanded it so close that these stitches are actually touching the end. And if I don't replace this welt, then by the time I sand it, these stitches are literally going to be hanging off on the side, and that just makes for a really bad look. So unfortunately, we're going to have to take off these welts and replace them. So let's go. One of the other things that I noticed as I was pulling off this sole, unlike the other Thorogood boots that we did on a previous video a few weeks ago, the previous pair actually had cork in it, and all of the work boots that I've worked on in the past, most of them have cork. This one actually has like a pour-on type crepe in there, so it's kind of interesting. Wasn't aware that Thorogood offered both of them, but thought I'd point that out as I go, and instead of cork, then I guess we'll end up putting pour-on back in here, especially since Adam is on his feet most days. Okay, so we have this welt put on. Now, the original welt was rubber, but we wanted to, because we had to replace it, we did it with a leather welt, which is actually a little bit of an upgrade. Now, I should have done this beforehand, but as I was putting the welt on, I thought of something that I think would look really cool, and I think I can still pull it off. So I'll show you. Okay, I know y'all like watching us put the cork in most of the boots and the shoes that we do, but unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier, we're not doing that on this one. We're actually gonna put pour-on type crepe in here, and as you can see, I've already made the template, and now we'll take this and transfer it over to the crepe and get it cut out. Okay guys, so I want to be completely upfront. I don't want you thinking I went from saddle soap to these boots looking like this. So what I did, and we didn't film this part, but I used the saddle soap, I cleaned them off as much as possible, and then I went over it with a little bit of shoe cream. Now, these are oiled leather boots. I generally don't like to add a lot of shoe cream to it because shoe cream has a lot of waxes in it and it'll give more of a shine to your boots. But these were really dried out. It put the color back into it. The shine has died down a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is follow it up with an oiled leather cream, which is actually for oiled leather. So I just want to be completely transparent so that you knew why these boots will look better, you know, after the saddle soap. So here we go. Okay, so we have finished up with Adam's pair of Thorogood boots, but before we show you what they look like now, I just want to remind you again, do Adam a big favor, go over to his YouTube channel called Abom79. I will also put the link to his channel down in the description below. But if you enjoy watching channels kind of like this one, where you're watching artisans and craftsmen do their work, then he takes it to an entirely different level. If we do shoes, you have style guys. He is a machine shop. So he is working with really big tools and boring out engines and you name it. I've watched quite a few of his videos and it's amazing what they can do because I had no clue. So it was definitely something new to me, and I've enjoyed watching his channel. But again, definitely show him some love. Go to his channel, check out his videos, subscribe to his channel, and let him know that you came over from ours. Okay, now let's talk about what we did to Adam's boots. Now, he wears these all the time in his shop. So he wears them down a lot, he beats them up, and we had to take care of them. So we removed the old soles, we took off the old welt. Like I'd mentioned, the original welt was worn down too close in some areas and the stitches would not have sat well. I didn't want to do that, so we replaced the welt. We also did some work on the uppers. We used some shoe cream to put the color back in there. Of course, we saddle soaked them, cleaned them up, and then we followed them up with some oiled leather cream to put a lot of those oils back into that leather. Then we went through, and instead of putting the hot cork, which I know a lot of you guys like, we put pour-on padding in there, just like what came on it, and that'll give a little bit more bounce to his step. And then we followed that up again with some Vibram Christie soles. As you can see, I think they turned out really well. I hope he likes them, and we're going to get those boxed up and sent back to Adam at his shop. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, feel free to leave us a comment down below. If you have any questions about shoe repair or what products you need to use, definitely email us. That's probably the best way to get us. Our email address is down below. We'll also put it on our website. And just as a reminder, for those who have stuck around this long, today is Small Business Saturday. And of course, we are a small family-owned business, and we would love for you to do a little of your shopping on our site. So if you're looking for any shoe care products for your shoes, boots, whatever, check us out at potterandsons.com, where everything will be 20% off of those products. Okay, guys, again, thank you so much. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, a very safe Thanksgiving. And until next time, y'all have a good one.